Hey everyone, here are 10 superhero movies you should watch. Number 10, The Incredibles 2. This one is the sequel to The Incredibles, and this one will follow the Power family or the Incredibles family as they go on adventures just like the first movie. The way they blended the action, the humor, and the family dynamics in this film was something that was very captivating to watch. The storyline was very entertaining, the characters were well developed, the animation was visually stunning, and the way they explored the themes of identity and teamwork was something that was done very well. This film was a film that was probably made for kids, but adults can watch it and will also enjoy it. I even enjoyed this one much more than I enjoyed the first one. That should tell you how good this second movie was. You have to check out Incredibles 2 if you've not seen it yet. Number 9, The Suicide Squad. Dark humor, dynamic characters, great direction, intense and insane action sequences. Those are just some things that you're going to get from The Suicide Squad. This film was a very brilliant film. The way this film explored the anti-hero genre was something that was done in a very fresh and unique way. And the fact that this film had an ensemble cast, it has people like Viola Davis, Idris Elba, John Cena, and some other actors. All of them just added to the overall brilliance of this film and made this film a much more memorable film. And the direction by James Gunn was another thing that just made this film so incredible to watch. And everything that just came together to work with it worked brilliantly. My nigga, go and watch The Suicide Squad if you've not seen it. You will love it. Number 8, Dread. This one is technically not a superhero film, but it has superhero elements, and I just had to put it on this list because of how much I loved it. It follows Dread, a police officer in a dystopian future that serves as judge, jury, and executioner for criminals and the law. And the performance by Karl Urban was very compelling and was something that made this film so interesting. This film is a very gritty and intense film, and it deals with some very dark themes. But man, this film was so entertaining. The action sequences were insane. Like, I saw some kind of action sequences in this movie that I've never ever seen before. Like, and that is not an exaggeration. This film was immersive and it was visually stunning. If you watch Judge Dredd, I can bet my life on top of it. I will bet my life on top of it that you will love it. And I'm sure you've never have seen a movie like that before. If you've not seen it, that is. Number 7, Black Panther. This was the first Marvel movie to star an all-black cast, and this movie was brilliant. It starred the late Chadwick Boseman, may so rest in peace, and some other actors. This film had thrilling action sequences, and it also explored themes like identity, social responsibility, and culture. And the fact that these characters or this film was based in Wakanda, a technologically advanced country, was another thing that added to the brilliance of this film. Seeing all the things that this African country has developed technologically was something that was so brilliant to see. And the special effects and everything that came together, the characters, the performances, the direction, the music, man, everything came together brilliantly and worked brilliantly for this film. Number 6, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Of all the films on this list, this one is the most recent, but it is not the least by any means. It follows Miles Morales as he continues his journey as Spider-Man. This film was visually impressive. The special effects, the animation style was brilliant. The way they combined different animation styles together to make a very seamless movie was something that was done brilliantly. Like, you see different kinds of animation mixed together and it doesn't feel like it's contradicting themselves. It just feels like a whole world, and it was just brilliant to see that. And this film also explored the multiverse, and I'm sure that's something a lot of people like. Seeing different heroes from different universes, that was something that was done brilliantly. And the fact that they brought in different spider people was something that added to the overall brilliance of the film. You see different kind of spider people that you never thought you could see before. Like, I didn't used to read comics, and if you're someone like me that didn't used to read the comics, I'm sure when you see all the spider people in this film, you are going to be blown away by it. All the special effects, all the animation, all the spider people, all those things could have fallen flat if the storyline was not good. But no, the storyline was brilliant. It added to the overall genius of this film, and that was something that just made me appreciate this film so much. Number 5, Captain America Civil War. In this film, the heroes are divided. The heroes have taken different sides and they are fighting against each other. And that was something that I just really loved about this film, because it was something I've not seen before in the Marvel film. And the fact that you have heroes fighting themselves as the main storyline was something that was very compelling to see. The story in this film was very brilliant. The narrative was very complex. The action sequences were intense. And the way they explored the dilemmas they were facing, the moral and ethical dilemmas the heroes were facing, was another thing that added to the brilliance of this film. And this film also introduced characters like Spider-Man and the Black Panther into the MCU. And that was another thing that just made this world feel much fuller and much more bigger. And the storyline was explored brilliantly. The emotional stakes were high. Like, you could feel the impact of what this thing was going to cause. And we did feel it. Like, going forward, after this film in the MCU, we saw the effects of this film rippling through the other MCU movies. And that was something that just made me appreciate this film so much more. Like in hindsight, it made me appreciate this film so much more. Number 4, Zack Snyder's Justice League. This one follows the story of the Justice League, DC's superheroes. And this film was a much more distinct and a much more comprehensive Justice League film than the film that was released in the cinema. This one explored the characters so well. Like, it had a lot of time to explore the characters and to give us their motivations and to know their backstory and to understand why the characters were acting the way they were acting. The film is over 4 hours long, but it is so worth it. All the storytelling and all the backstory and everything about the characters and the story and the motivations of everyone was just so clear in this film. It was much clearer, it was much more understandable in this film than the one that was released in the cinemas at that time. And the action sequences and the direction and everything that came together for it worked brilliantly, man. I swear, if you have 4 hours that you can spare, watch Zack Snyder's Justice League. You will love it. Number 3, Deadpool. This one follows the story of Deadpool, a far-outed superhero. And this film was brilliant. It had a unique and fresh take on the superhero genre. It had dark humor, and the action sequences were insane. The character of Deadpool is a character that frequently breaks the fourth wall and talks to the audience. And that was one that thing that I have not seen in a Marvel movie that made me appreciate this film so much. Like, when the guy is just breaking the fourth wall and talking to the audience was something that I really appreciated. And Ryan Reynolds' performance was just so charismatic. The way he owned the character of Deadpool is like, this was the role he was born to play in his life. And man, he plays it so well. And it's one of the factors that make this film such a brilliant film. The action sequences were great, the storytelling was brilliant, and the humor was amazing. Man, if you don't watch Deadpool, come on for here. My nigga, if you don't watch Deadpool, what the fuck are you doing? Go and watch Deadpool. In fact, stop this video right now and go and watch Deadpool. Then come back and thank me. Number 2, Avengers Infinity War. About the films on this list, this was the only one I saw in cinemas, and my experience watching this film was incredible. I watched this film and I was blown away by how it ended. I don't want to spoil it for anyone that has not watched it, but this one follows the story of all the heroes fighting Thanos. And the storyline and the storytelling of this film was something that was done brilliantly. And the fact that we are seeing different superheroes from different movies was something that added to the overall brilliance and the world of this film. There are heroes from all over the Marvel universe, like the Guardians of the Galaxy, the Black Panther, the Avengers, and different heroes like that. They come together to make this one whole story. It just made the story feel so good and so interesting. The storytelling in this film was very intricate. The way it weaves together multiple storylines from previous Marvel movies was something that just made this feel so good. Like, if you've been watching the Marvel movies before this movie, you could see so many things that they've been telling from the previous movies come together in this film. And it just made this film feel so big. And it made this world feel like a very large and a very real world. And so something that added to the brilliance of this film. And the ending of this film was another thing that just blew me away. I never ever in my life expected I was going to get an ending like this. Damn! And when I got it, it blew my mind, man. This movie is honestly one of the best Marvel movies I've ever seen. Number 1, The Dark Knight. Of all the superhero films I've seen, I feel like this one is the greatest of them all. This one is the greatest, most grounded superhero film I have ever watched. In this film, Batman faces off with the Joker. And the Joker in this film was played by Heath Ledger. And Heath Ledger's performance in this film was damn! Fuck! Heath Ledger's performance in this film was incredible. Like, this film could have been a regular film, but Heath Ledger's performance made this film so much more. The way he played the Joker, he played him like such a real person and such a terrifying villain. Man, it was something that made me appreciate this film so much. And the direction by Christopher Nolan was another thing that added to the overall brilliance of this film. The action sequences were insane. And when you find out that it was practical effects, there was no CGI and all that shit, it makes it even much more impressive. The direction by Christopher Nolan, the performances from Heath Ledger as Joker and Christian Bale as Batman was another thing that made this film so brilliant. And the way the film explores the thin line between heroism and chaos was another thing that was done superbly well. Man, a lot of things worked brilliantly for this film. And one of the things I loved the most about it was that it was grounded. It feels like something that could happen in the real world. Like, damn, this film was so good to see. I've never seen a superhero movie that blew my mind like this one. And I'm not even exaggerating. Watch this film, I am sure you're going to love it. Like, if you don't if you don't love it, come back and collect your data. I'll give you your data for watching this video. So those are 10 superhero movies you should watch. What other superhero movies do you think should have been on this list? Comment below and let me know. If you like this video, like, share, comment, and follow me for more contents like this. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Cheers.